Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, you can mentally relax your body, relax your mind, or relax your breathing with your thoughts. And do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we mainly try to cultivate ourselves tranquility meditation and at the same time insight meditation, or another way, Chitta Bhavana and Panya Bhavana. If you bring another meaning, tranquility meditation is called Samadhi or Samatha, and insight meditation it's called analytical meditation or Vipassana. So these all meanings and connotations is important for us to understand where we have to keep going. Because when it comes to meditation, it is not just closing our eyes and dreaming ourselves or thinking ourselves. So the thoughts always going to happen inside us. But beyond the thoughts, there is a consciousness. That getting to that consciousness and recognizing that consciousness is the development of your awareness. Attention we can develop on the surface level by intention. But the consciousness not going to develop by intention or putting the using the effort on it. Because the consciousness is itself exists there and happening there. When it comes to the human life, your human life, this body, built on the consciousness. So each and every cell in your body, head to toes, each and every atom in your body, muscles, bones, veins, bone marrows, this everything interconnected through the consciousness. But what happens in day-to-day life, we cannot bring this all together. We cannot bring the connection, and we mostly caught up on thoughts and just tangle with the thoughts. Thoughts are just a byproduct of your consciousness. Rather than caught up on thoughts, if you able to settle down without reacting to thoughts and just bring the awareness and observe, then you can get connected to the consciousness. So the very life itself, when you mean by the present moment, that's mean you tune to the consciousness. So, and at the same time, we have to remember, in this very moment, our life built on our past. So we cannot get out of the past. And it is nothing wrong with the past. Another way, the past we can call as karma or as memory, as your blueprint, as your foundation, as your habits, as your patterns, and as your knowledge. This all related to your past. So far in your life, knowingly or unknowingly, most of the things happened unconsciously. Why it happened unconsciously? Because we used to repeat things. When there is a repetition come, there is no way in that repetition your awareness going to become stronger. I repeat it again. When you repeat something, in that repetition, there is no way your awareness going to become stronger. So then just imagine, just look yourself from morning to night, just an ordinary life. Mostly we are repeating our bodily, verbally, mentally actions. You can do the same thing without repeating. And when you become conscious, when you become mindful, when the awareness become the highest or the first, and maybe you do the same thing like you have done yesterday in the surface level, the pattern look like same, but deeply it is a very brand new moment of action. So practicing meditation, and you may see, so we do the same thing again and again and again, but it is not a repetition. And again you take a conscious decision. And by the time what will happen, your consciousness becomes stronger than your action. So in certain level, this consciousness going to see more clearly your inner behavior. So what is happening in you? Because mostly when we experience something, we mostly go towards outside and we don't see what is happening inside us. But while you're watching now, if you're able to look at what is happening in you, then you will recognize something. That recognition will bring the connection to your consciousness. So if you bring the habits, then what will happen? That connection not going to happen. So there is a method that rather than pushing your habits or the patterns or the methods or your karma, it is very need for us. So without karma, your life cannot happen. If all the karma disappeared, you cannot have this human body. You're going to die. There is a death, it's called karmakaya. When the karma is over, you cannot exist. So then you need something from your past to exist in the present moment. But rather than depending on the past, using that all, if you're able to recognize the present moment, tune to the present moment, and that will help you to go beyond the memory. So, but in day-to-day life, what happens? You have a choice to go with your past and memory and thinking about it. It's like soiled. You can get dirt out of the soil. But how about if you put it into the right place, and maybe you got your garden, vegetable garden, fruits, trees, and that soil, that dirt, nourish that tree and bring the fruits. So then when you eat the fruits, it brings the life to you. But you can use that same dirt, put on you. Oh, this is very important. This dirt is very important. And then you cover it with the dirt and go to the other people. No one going to accept you. But look, the same dirt, but the way you use it, totally different and bring the totally different outcome. So your past the same, your experience the same, who you are in this very moment the same. So if you use the memory, if you use the past and your desires, self-centered mind or the view, then what will happen? Sometimes, rather than becoming wise, you can become wounded, damaged, get hurt. Once you become wounded, it is very difficult to recover inside. That is what happening to most of us. In our life, we keep repeating, thinking about our own past. It's like you put the dirt on you and then you try to live with it. But if you develop a science, method, skill, mechanism in you, the same dirt to put it to the right place and to the trees, to the garden, and out of that what you gain. And it will help for you to make you more comfortable. But there is a process for that. So like that, you can use your memory, your past, your experience to become wise. Rather than becoming wounded, use your old experience to become wise. So how you can do this? If you hold it to the memory or the past or as who you are, then you're going to get wounded. Then what you need to do? In the very first level, you have to be mature to understand it is past. So whatever happened in your life, it doesn't matter good or bad, whatever happened in your life, it is past. That means it's gone. That is what you have to understand. Recognize the very meaning of the past, because that recognition itself levitates you from the moment you hold it. But mostly when it comes to words, we just hold it from the shallow level of meaning. So if you are able to understand it's past, it's gone, then what you have? You have the present moment. And then be with the present moment. Why? Because very soon, this is going to go and connect with the past. So rather than depending on that, spend the time right now, right here within you. If you're able to come to that point, what will happen? Rather than becoming wounded, you use the method to be wise. You're becoming wise. So then you have to have the will to let go this. Let go what? Let go who you are. Everything. What head to toes, all your body and mind. All you accumulated as knowledge. Just drop for a moment. Let your body to be itself. Don't interfere with it. And let your mind to settle down with the awareness. So not the thoughts, awareness, what you feel right now, right here, in this very moment. So let your mind to settle down with it and be there. So when the thoughts come, look yourself. Are you? Go with that thoughts. Is that the real moment of happening something, or it is a memory? If anything related to memory, bring your mind back to the primary mental object, be with it. That's why in the beginning, we bring a primary mental object to get the help, to anchor our attention towards that. Little by little, maybe it will go away, little by little, bring it back. In certain level, you will see it's going to settle down with that. So once you settle down with that tranquility moment, your body, your mind going to harmonize. Tune together, start to work as one. That will bring some kind of certain level of understanding to yourself. So once you have it, from that point, now start to look the very nature of the whatever happening to you. If you don't add any thoughts, to see how things come to be as they are. And when you see that way, you will recognize there is nothing happening independently. Anything, whatever happens, it happens with the help of a lot of other things. Another way it's called causality, cause and effect, dependent origination. So whatever arises, it depends from something. This is the fundamental wisdom you need to recognize, not regarding outside, just within yourself. But in the outside, we can get the help. We use the similes, examples. Why? Because then it is very easy for us to follow ourselves. So anything, if you look very carefully, this everything, these material things, physical things, always in a journey, transform to something. So if you allow it to happen that way, what will happen? You find the freedom. But the thing is, when we experience something physically or materially, we hold it to it and we put the seal. This is me. We put the identity, signature. And once you put that to your identity, signature, self-centered mind. What will happen? That change will keep happening underneath, but in our mind, we caught up with the thoughts thinking, oh, it is mind. It is me. So that is something. So as example, just imagine this paper. I can hold it. This paper is mine. Then what will happen while I am holding this? My whole body and mind start to react in a certain way. Entire nerve system start to become kind of like the spider hold it to the net. So that physical reaction happens. That physical reaction itself affect to our mind. So the mind also then start to shrink. That itself we call the greed or the lust. And once it shrink itself, as a result of that, what will happen? Hatred arise, unsatisfaction arise, and the ignorance arise again and again. It go in that circle. So then just imagine this paper. So if you burn this paper, what will happen to it? Certain part become a smoke and it go to the sky. Certain parts of this paper become ashes. It go to the ground. And certain parts become carbon dioxide. And the certain part absorbed by the heat. So then certain parts go to heat, certain parts go just to the smoke, go to the sky and synchronize with the clouds, and the ashes go to the ground, synchronized with the earth, and the carbon dioxide go to the air. So whatever went to the earth, what will happen? The become soiled. So then the trees start to absorb it through the roots. And maybe it can become some fruit trees or the vegetables or the flowers. And whatever the smoke went to the sky and start to become clouds. And then later it start to bring the rain and the carbon dioxide. And it goes to the trees, and by the tree absorb it and then turn it to oxygen. And the very next day you inhale it, it brings the life to you. And the heat. And it also in this air will nourish in a certain way. So like that, this all the material we cannot destroy. It has a way to transform. It doesn't have any ownership. It never going to stop that journey anywhere. It never build the permanent relationship, any material. It has its own way of journey. But what happened? By thoughts, if I hold it to this, it is just become just a thought. And only our awareness or the consciousness going to stuck with that thoughts. So this will keep happening and we just hold it to thoughts. And then it become kind of like a dream. So now this example from this paper apply to anything in your life, even your own body. What will happen to your own body? This all the material, this the physical things, has that journey. Where the hair you had 10 years ago, where the skin you had 10 years ago. And even the whole this memory and all that your thoughts, and you nourish from your old ancestors, from the culture, tradition, nations, through these ideas. But as you know that whatever flush out of your body, and it take your memory also. That's why that to recognize certain disease or the illness, or to recognize your history, sometimes they take a urine sample. And so that's mean it has it take with something. And this all it's always in a journey. And as you know, the blood, the heart, in deeply that has circulate, and or take all the unnecessary things and purify the blood. Even if the blood, it's the very essence of our this physical, that never going to be the same. It's in a journey. And once you recognize that, all these muscles, the body, bone marrows, this everything always in a journey have a connection, each other. It's transformed to something. So the very consciousness also the same. It is not your consciousness going to be solid and only the body going to change. Your awareness also, the consciousness also always with that. Why? Because the consciousness come out of this. And the consciousness is not going to be just yours. It is not personal. Consciousness always there is happening. And when the necessary cause and conditions there, the consciousness will arise. So then nothing is yours. Only the moment of experience we can have. So then what you need to do, rather than memory, just tune to the moment of experience. Why? Because only that bringing the meaning to your life. So if you settle down with that moment, even you will recognize that moment will disappear very, very quick. And then you recognize in the depth of this all, there is nothing permanent. So one should have that wisdom will bring the light to inside your darkness. That light will bring the ability to see the moment of actions. And that will bring the ability to understand how to react to situations. And once you tune to that, there's nothing can challenge to your life. Why? Because whatever happens, you know, it happens as a result of cause and conditions, causality, and nothing going to be permanent. What you experience with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, you know there is nothing going to be permanent. And once you have that, you're not bound to outcomes. Once you're not bound to outcomes, once you don't look the end, once you don't look the completion, once you don't look for the satisfaction, once you settle down with the moment of happening, it's bring the total freedom. But if you look for end, satisfaction, completion, it will lead you to go with again and again and again and again to the current. So that itself create the habitual pattern inside us. We all need the end. When when you look at watch the movie, you come to what the end. It's bring the completion. Oh, it's end. How about that? Where while you're watching the movie, suddenly within 5 minutes, just the blank screen. That's it. Nothing. No sound, no music. What will happen? You get disappointed. You listening to a song in this very, first line, few lines, and then suddenly it is stopped. That's it. You get disappointed. You feel kind of like, uncomfortable. We always keep end when we end. So even practicing meditation, you close your eyes and then you wait, and then I ring the bell. Then you feel, oh, it's good. So how about, you close your eyes, you practice, just imagine you close your eyes and practice meditation, and you go, and I disappear from here. Then you do, what happened? What happened? So that is really happening in our life. But we are the one who creating a completion. And in the surface level, we think, oh, it's end. Oh, that is good. It is end. There is nothing like that. We are the one who create it for our own comfort, and we settle down with that comfort and we go with it. But look at our life. What is end? There is no end. And even very happening of life. Are you living or are you dying? So answer yourself, which one happening in you? So you can tell, are you living or are you dying? Means when it comes to life. Can you find a meaning to that? So even for the birth, just imagine, expand that. Are you leaving from a place, or you came to a place when you born? Are you leave from a place or are you came to a place? So are you living or are you dying? And then how you come to point in a certain level in with actions? Because that is where we addict. Why? Because our mind has a way to look for an end. And we keep going with that, keep going with that. We keep going with that. Because of that, we settle down with the completion, end result, last moment. We feel, oh, it's good, it's done. Oh, we did that. No, there's something keep happening. So rather than look for that end result, can you, because that is come as a project your mind towards the future. So rather than that go towards the end result, cut it down and just be with the moment. And then you will see there is something ending. That is what you have to catch. So you can go deeper, inhale, the beginning, middle, end. So the end giving, oh, inhale, it complete. No, if you go deeper, even in the beginning, there is an end. So if you come to that point, you will see your mind not going to hold it to the outside layer happening. Even it experience deeply, you resonate with the deeper that rhythm. That itself bring the transformation to your mind. And then when you have that, you are not bound to this material, physical outcome, designs, patterns, methods, but in our whole life, in this conventional life, in this material world, as culture, tradition, in even spiritual practice, even meditation. So this we all build on this surface level, looking for an end result. If you look for an end result, remember, you are still in the current of samsara. So when you deeply come to observe the inhalation, exhalation, there's no something can call inhalation or exhalation. There's something just happening. There's no beginning or end. So if you come to that level, you will recognize it happened as a result of this everything. So this is a moment we're going to practice a little bit. Only thing is just give your best and stay with your primary mental object, which is your own inhalation, exhalation in front of your nose and your upper lip area. And little by little, without looking for an end result, just see what is happening itself. So remember, be careful not to interfere with your thoughts, not to judge yourself, not to maintain yourself, not to argue yourself, not to make any comments, not to have any mental chattering yourself. Just keep observe. So let's get into practice a little bit and be comfortable yourself and relax your body and your right palm on your left. And neck head straight in one line. Bring your attention to your body and observe head to toes. And say Swapateva, oh, may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. Detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times, please. So allow your inhalations, exhalations happen. Do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to supreme bliss of Nibbana. Also, may all your guardian angels will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddhang pujemi dhammang pujemi sanghang pujemi attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribunjissami idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless.